Hello world, how are you all doing? Are you having a great WWDC week? I hope you are. And we are back with the next day for me. So I did not continue yesterday because there were some, basically I had some labs that I had to visit, so I had to stop. And then there was a match between Germany and England. And I thought like, okay, there are not so many sessions up yet anyways. I'm going to continue tomorrow. So we are back today now. And yeah, I prepared basically to make this watch along a little bit more useful. I'm going to in the future have this up and showing all the time, so you can see basically what we have already watched. So you can find the ones that we have already watched either on Twitch. Just go to my channel, click to the videos. I'm cutting out from my stream the specific parts as highlights that are about specific sessions, giving the session names, so you can find a specific session. And if you just want to watch it afterwards, you can watch it either there or just on my YouTube channel, where it's always up one day later. So you can find my older videos already there. So let me just show you. This is the channel. You can already find my first day reaction, like my keynote. After the keynote itself, you can watch along, just open it. You can see always on the bottom left where I have like a thumbnail of the thing that I'm seeing on the other screen. I'm not allowed to show it fully, so that's why I'm just showing the thumbnail, but that's how you can find out. The purpose of that is that you can find where I'm at the moment, and I'm trying to not pause the video, so you can basically just press play at the same time as I do. And I'm going to count from now on from 3 down, so we can actually click play at the same time, and you can just see my reactions and like how I'm writing the note, and you can watch along. Basically you just have my stream open, you open the video, and if you want to pause, you can also pause. If you're watching afterwards, just pause both at the same time and then it should work. So that's how this is intended to be used. And as I said, I'm going to be showing this here, which is also great, I think, because now you can see what I'm planning to watch next. And I might reorder things that are lower here, but the top one or the top 2, 3, I'm probably going to watch next actually. And for example, today, this is just from the sessions for Tuesday that are already up for Tuesday. I am going to go through the list for Wednesday as well and just add the things that I want to watch there. But first, because they're not out yet, it's currently 4 p.m. In Germany, and they're out in Germany at 5 p.m. That's 8 a.m. in California. And I see a typo here. Let's fix that. Yeah, I'm going to add them once they're available, and they're not available yet. So far so good. We're going to watch Hello Swift chart next. And then I'm really interested in what's new on Swift. I mean, I know a lot of things from Swift Evolution already, but I'm sure there's also some integration in Xcode or some special things. I've already seen some things on Twitter, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that kind of stuff. Same for regex. I read about all the proposals about regex. I wrote about them. But I'm seeing that there is some integration there as well, maybe in Xcode, and same for Swift package. Oh yeah, that's for I saw it here. It's for today, later today. So let's start watching Hello Swift charts, and for that I'm going to just open it here. I remember from yesterday the quality was bad when I didn't download it up front. So let me actually download it right there. It should be also fast to download. There you go, it's pretty fast. Let's prepare the notes actually for that. So we are taking notes, and I have already pushed some notes to the WWDC Notes website. So you can see here, for example, which we watched yesterday, that I have uploaded this, and Federico Zanatello, who basically has prepared this website and is maintaining it, does a great job in like updating things, adding some more stuff. For example, converting images into text. Adding some code, and yeah, that kind of stuff, which is really great. And definitely also, if you're watching my videos on YouTube, make sure to follow. We're still have not reached the 100 subscribers, so that would be amazing to do. But yeah, let's prepare Hello Swift charts here. This is day 2. Maybe let's just turn this into, oh, let's not. This is day 2, and now we're creating day 3. There we go. WWDC22, day 3. And category is WWDC. just want to have an empty page because we're going to create a new page for Hello Swift Charts. And as I'm watching it, I'm not going to be saying much, although I might react to some things that I think are really amazing. But you're going to see from what I write down, basically what my takeaways are, and the things that I don't write down, typically either I already knew that before, so it's not something new, or I just not sure if that's really important or something like that. So if I don't react, that's probably why. Oh, let me pause this, bring it back, make it full screen, show you the thumbnail. Thank you for following Don't Trust in Tomatoes. An interesting name. Why is that your name? Don't you trust in tomatoes? What's about tomatoes? But thank you for following, and yeah, we're going to start watching this one. And let me keep this here open. And is there anything else we need to keep open here? Not really. I should see the chat on my phone. So maybe we can make this slightly smaller. So just sneak peek into the channel. Nice. There we go. So we're going to start the video in shortly. So if you want to watch along, I'm counting down for clicking the play button in a sec. Just wait. I have to turn off the music. All right, Hello Swift Charts starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Now I'm getting hungry. Wow. Delicious. I didn't know there was something like that. That's interesting. All right, so that was the session. Let's have a look at what we've learned from it. So first off, it's basically all starting with a SwiftUI view, which is called chart, and it's like form. That's how I think of it, where you can like place different kind of views, or table, where you can place table columns, table rows, and like specific types, and then the whole system will figure out how to visualize it all. And the things that we can put in there seems to be like, they always show the examples with bar mark. I'm guessing that's pretty easy to understand. But the real cool thing that I really liked is how in the example, they just changed, like you can see in this code, if I just show this in full screen, you can see the bar mark here. There you go. And they just changed this to line mark and other marks. And we had a like live, completely different graph right away, just by changing one word, which is really, really amazing. And that shows again how declarative UI development that is like basically data driven is really strong in like being able to quickly edit and try other things. So from what I saw that they just changed it with the bar mark with point mark and line mark. That's what they showed. I don't know if you can exchange them with every kind of mark. I guess probably not. And there was more, like you can see here. There's also area mark, rule mark, and rectangle mark. So they didn't show these. I'm not sure how they're going to be used. And they also showed X position, Y position. So you can basically say, for example, for a bar chart, what high the value basically is of the bar. That's, I think, how this works. Foreground style to me sounded like it's basically coloring your bar mark. Maybe you can also use shapes and other things, but it looks like mostly color. Then we had symbol, which is basically using different kinds of shapes. Right, that's probably shape. So foreground style is basically if you want to have a specific color for your charts, and symbol is if you want to have different kind of shapes. For example, a triangle and a square, a circle, things like that. That's to differentiate your different values. For example, if you're having a point graph like here. So if you have a point graph. Here's a good example where you have axes and circles that are different shapes. I think that's what symbol is for. Then two things they didn't show, but they mentioned here is symbol size and line style. So let's actually add these. So more marks available. These are area, rule, and rectangle. And we have more properties, mark properties available as well. These were symbol size and line style. Let's actually use commas to put them all in one line. And here too. All right, so these are the ones that we can use. And then the real cool thing is, like with SwiftUI itself as well, that we get support for all kinds of things that we otherwise in UIKit and AppKit world would have needed to write a lot of code ourselves, which like dark mode, device screen sizes, dynamic type, voiceover, audit graphs. They're all supported by default. And they also mentioned high contrast. I didn't quite get what that means, but I'm guessing if you change the settings and the accessibility settings into high contrast mode, so you basically see higher contrast, I'm guessing that the color choosing of the foreground color mark property is going to just choose colors with higher contrast. And localization seems to work, so I'm guessing like for units and things like that, it's going to localize that thing. And multi-platform, obviously you can use the same code for macOS, iOS, iPadOS, even watchOS, I guess. So really cool library. And it looks like it's straightforward to use because if you are aware of how things in SwiftUI work, you just have to make sure your data is identifiable, so it can recognize like which data struct instance is the same as one before. That's how it works with structs. But otherwise, there's not really much that look complicated. I think there is a lot of things to explore with how you can combine these things together so to build amazing charts. But they showed like this with this image, I think they're showing that quite a bit of things are possible. And I'm assuming that things like this, for example, might be a little bit more complicated. But they already showed something like that. And I'm not sure about this, for example. This could be used for like having this GitHub kind of chart. But yeah, really looking interesting. And that's our summary for Hello Swift Charts. So I'll be having a quick break now. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like this video. I'll be back right after the break. Oh, Monsieur B, welcome. Hi there, watched the session about Swift Chart this morning. Man, it's so powerful. Yeah, it's true. It's really cool. I also find it quite easy, actually. I immediately understood how it works as someone who's also currently using SwiftUI. So that's really great. So any other thoughts about Swift Charts? As we have somebody who wants to chat about this, let's do that first before I move on to the next session. So what did you like most about it? Is there something you didn't expect that was really in there that's really cool? Like, let me show you, for example, these sample graphs. I didn't expect, like, from my perspective, what I really didn't expect is that there would be so many kinds of charts already possible in the first version. That's really cool. But one thing I'm not really sure about is if there's going to be like a spider kind of chart. I didn't see that anywhere. Like here and there. So I'm talking about, I don't know if you know spider chart. I don't know if that's the right name for it. But I'm talking about something like this. This is something that I would be using a lot. And I would love this to be able to work too. The for each included is amazing. That's true. You don't have to write for each. If you just have data, you can just pass it along. It will create the for each for you, basically. And that's like a convenience initializer, basically. If they didn't write it for us, we could write it ourselves. And they just probably thought, yeah, it's very useful. I'm not sure if that's possible. So maybe let's go on Twitter and see. Maybe somebody tried that out. So WWDC22 Swift charts, or let's just say charts spider. See, no, nobody posted about that. Well, I'm guessing it's not possible because they would have shown it, I'm thinking. The only question I'm asking myself is about color customization and gradients. I didn't see anything yet about this. I guess I'll have to take the time to check that. Let's explore this actually. So we have this foreground style and we have some sample code, and I have Xcode beta installed here already. So let's figure this out. Maybe we can find it out right now. So let me just create a new project. Let's call it charts demo. We don't need core data or tests for this. Let's put it on a desktop. All right, let me make this a little larger here. We don't need that. And we can make this probably smaller. So let me copy some text over actually from the developer app. I think they always have text there also. So transcript should have some sample code in it. Oh, it doesn't. That's interesting. Visualizing your app's data, but they will have some sample code somewhere. So hello Swift charts, raise the bar. You know what? I'm just going to go back to one of these. This is really small, but this should be easy, right? Let's try. So import charts. Let's create a chart. We can already see it's taking data and content. In our case, let's just create an identifiable struct. This is, I don't know, Pokemon stats. I can't come up with something else right now. And then we're just putting like the HP in there as an int value. The health points. Let's put it like that. And then we're going to create a chart. Our data is going to be some add state, Pokemon. Let's just make it an array, Pokemon stats, and then our data, oops. Our data is just going to be the Pokemon. The content, let's just use a, oh, that's identifier, that's the stat. This is bar mark. So then we can just specify X value. Let's just give it a label Pokemon. I don't know exactly how that's going to look like, but our value is going to be stat dot health points. I'm not sure if I need to specify why. I think they didn't do that all the time. So let's see what the preview looks like. Oh, it's only available on iOS 13 or later, macOS I mean. Let's go and make this iPhone 13. iOS 16, macOS 13. Failed to build because we need to provide Pokemon here. All right, let's provide one health points 200 and another one with 300. I really love how the errors are graying out also. Type Pokemon stats doesn't conform to particle identifiable. Yeah, sure, we need to provide an ID. And I guess we may just use a UID. And we just initialize. I think it doesn't need to be like that. This is really a bad ID. Don't use that kind of ID. Maybe we should just use the HP. So, or we just specify a name. It's a string, and the ID is just self .name. Let's do it like that, and then we have to specify a name. Let's go with Pikachu. And I don't know. Raichu. I hope that's the English name. That's the German one, at least. Make this a bit more readable. Now let me turn on some music, as we're no longer watching video. Let's get some background music up. Alright, so this is our data. It's still not showing anything in the preview. Why? The app is building, right? No, it's not. Saying missing argument for parameter Pokemon. Oh, I need to provide this here too. Let's just provide the same things. Oh, you know what? I will just copy this in and make this the values right here, so we don't need to pass it everywhere. This is just a demo. And now it should be building. Enter placeholder, yeah, let's move that as well. Now it's building, let's see the preview. Alright, this is looking really weird, but we do see something. So I don't know if I'm doing things right. Maybe we should provide a Y value as well. Value, label key, I don't know, Y. Value 5. What happens if I do that? Oh, okay, that's like the width then, and X is the height or something. But they have the same value. But anyways, that was not your question. Your question was if you can specify colors yourself. And I believe it was here, foreground style. You could just provide yellow, for example. And then I can also say, like, I want to have another bar mark. I can provide foreground style. Blue. And there's also this new gradient, so let's try that. Let's make it a bit more wide, like 20. No, it's not updating anymore. Ah, there's something wrong with the for each. What happened there? All right. This is working. This is yellow. Let's make it yellow gradient if anything changes. Yeah, it's getting a gradient. I don't know if you can see that, but it's darker at the bottom than at the top. And I don't quite, this is the value, so that's the Y value, that makes sense. So this is the actual stat on health points, and this is maybe more like 20. All right, I don't understand the X and Y yet, so X-axis and Y-axis. Oh. If I put 20 here, they're on the same spot, that makes sense. All right, I think I do get it. So bar mark doesn't make much sense here. If I just change this to line mark or a point mark, then we see points, and there were more marks. Let's try them out. Can a software dev sling though part-time? Sorry, Cos, I don't understand the question. Can a software dev sling though part-time? No idea what you're talking about. But I wanted to just try out the styles they didn't show, like area, rule, and rectangle. Let's see what they are looking like. Area, mark. All right, that's something else. Then we have rule. That even doesn't compile, and we have a rectangle mark. Rectangle does work. It's basically like point mark, but it renders as a rectangle. So, Monsieur B, was that your question? If you can specify the colors here, does that answer your question? Or Jeremy? And does anyone have any other questions that we can maybe explore here with the API? Yes, it's perfect. Nice. Then I'm going to close this project, and this is our summary for Hello Swift Charts. And this is basically what we watch now. Up next is what's new in Swift. I didn't watch that yet. And I think after that we will also explore what new videos are coming out for Wednesday, because maybe we want to prioritize them. Although there are topics here from Tuesday still I definitely want to watch. But yeah, quick break first. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like this video, and everyone else, I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll be watching what's new in Swift. Be right back. See you there.